I can kind of walk you through an exercise that I do with them, maybe helpful if you think.
Let's do it.
All
Yeah,
right.
great.
So this is one that I actually started with my wife, and we were talking about our rich life. And it's hard when you start talking about your rich life because you don't even know where to start. Many of us have spent our entire lives being told what we can't do with our money. So when you ask people what they want to do, the answers are fairly facile. The Whole Foods is an example. So what I did was I said, okay, let's take separate pieces of paper and let's write down in the next 10 years what's on our bucket list. And let's just write it down. And we took 10, 15 minutes. And the way that I thought of this was I was inspired by Stephen King's National Book Club speech. Now, he was living in a trailer with his wife, and he was running out of money, and he got a job offer to be a teacher. And his wife said to him, "Will you be able to write?" And he said, "No, I won't, but at least it'll allow us to pay the bills." And she instantly said, "Well, then you can't do it."
Wow.
And so that chilling moment, and then fast forward just a little bit in the future, he signs a massive deal for his first book, a massive deal. He gets the check, brings it home to his wife in their trailer. And he said, "We sat there, we looked at the check, we talked about what we were going to do with the money, and we cried." He said it was one of the most beautiful conversations of his life. And I love that. I love the idea that money can be this thing that lets us do more, not less. It lets us dream bigger, lets us be more adventurous, more generous. So I started off with my wife. I said, let's just write down our bucket list items. Okay. So we come back after 15 minutes. She had some interesting ones. She wanted to learn another language. That was just individually for herself. Together, we wanted to, I think I wrote down, I want to design a house with you because she's very creative and we're both into design. And we wanted to have a beautiful 10-year wedding anniversary in India. We know the exact place. We know all the people that we want to bring with us. Great. We're talking about this. We're loving it. We're having a blast. And I said, let's pick a couple of these and let's put a dollar value to them. So we picked the 10-year wedding anniversary. And I said, okay, pick a number. There's no way to know the right number, but just pick a number, what you think it'll cost. So she kind of takes a second, I take a second, and the numbers that we picked were hilariously different. My number was something like 5 to 10 times bigger than the number my wife picked. And she looked uncomfortable, like visibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if there's an asymmetry of wealth. I would imagine the person who has fewer resources may be very nervous about actually speaking honestly or adding big items or offering big numbers.
Well, you're totally right. Most people are afraid of dreaming about their rich life at all because they feel that once they write it down or tell someone, if they don't achieve it, then they're a failure. But in my opinion, that's just going through life playing defense. And I'd rather play offense. So what I said to my wife is like, look, neither of us know what this is actually going to cost. We just made these numbers up. But if we're going to choose a number, let's go with the bigger one. Why? Because we have a lot of time. We have 8+ years to save and invest for this. 2, I think we can do it. I know what we can accomplish together. We could do it. And 3, wouldn't it be magical to be able to take all of our friends and family, the people who can't afford it, just go to the airport and the ticket will be there for you? Wouldn't that be amazing? And so really coming back to that vision instead of, well, it's actually going to be 7% return and I don't know if, no, this is a vision exercise. So she begrudgingly said, okay. I will say that 1 year later, my wife has done an amazing job working on her money psychology. And we kind of revisited this. And she said, oh yeah, like now I know without a doubt we can hit that number easily. And that's when you're really aligned with your partner, where the two of you are rowing in the same direction. It's not one person saying, come on, but it's both of us saying, oh yeah, we could do this.
So may I ask you a very personal, possibly uncomfortable question, and then you can tell me.
Okay.
So you said we can hit the number, right? Was there a discussion with some of these items of how each party sort of contributes to that big goal? right? Even though you're not getting into immediately the nitty gritty, I understand it's a vision exercise, but since you're using the example, I figured I might as well ask
Yeah.
because I bet this is something that is going to be an inevitable topic that people have to navigate.
Okay. I'm glad you asked, and I'll definitely share how we did it. So I think that the reason that we came up with these joint goals, like a 10-year wedding anniversary, is that we both want to contribute to it. Okay. We want to contribute proportionally based on income, but we both want to contribute to it. The thing about, my wife wants to learn a certain language. I'm not contributing to that. She makes her
What language? Just out of curiosity.
Spanish.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's taking a class. She's doing a great job.
Nice.
And she decided to get her own tutor. And that's her thing. And she's covering that on her own. And I'm thrilled. I have my own stuff that I pay for. Again, we have our joint accounts and our separate accounts. But I will say that the reason that I wanted to have this exercise is that when we meet once a month to talk about our finances, we have something to look forward to. We have an exact number that we are saving and investing together for. And we look at it, it's almost like one of those progress bars. Okay, we're 4% of the way there. Oh my gosh, we're now 8% of the way there. And we can see that this goal, which was so big originally, we're actually just chipping away at it day by day. That's magic.